Hi friends, glad to meet you all again after a gap of almost 3 months. As I was occupied in some other works, there was some break in posting my videos. My last video was on the planetary gear system in the automatic transmission. In this video, I am going to explain about the clutch packs installed in the automatic transmission. What is the function of the clutch pack? What are the parts a clutch pack consists and how they work? Now onwards, I will be again continuing posting my videos in the automobile engineering. Hope this will be definitely useful to you guys. In case of you have any queries, you may please contact me through my email. Friends, before going to the clutch packs of the automatic transmission, let us have a look on this simple hydraulic circuit of the automatic transmission. This is very simple schematic diagram. Explains how the clutch pack is engaged based on the driver's or operator's requirement. This is the oil sump in the transmission. This is the charging pump. Oil is drawn from the oil sump, and the charging pump supplies the oil to the selector valve simultaneously to the torque converter. How the torque converter functions, that we have already discussed. Then let us spend only in this portion. The oil comes here to the selector valve and will be passed to the change valves. Okay, that is clutch change valves, we can say. From here, if at all we want to select the front type clutch or the gear number 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever may be, oil is passed from here and goes to the respective clutch. Here the clutch packs are installed on the planetary gears set. What is meant by clutch pack will be discussed in the later coming stage. Okay, the oil is applied here on a piston, which makes the piston to move forward, removing the gap between these plates and holding all these plates together so that whatever the drive, suppose this is the input device, from the input device goes to the output device, or this is the drive member, this is the driven member. When these plates are held together with this hydraulic pressure, the drive from input device goes to the output device. This is how hydraulic clutches or weight clutches in the automatic transmissions are applied. The moment oil pressure is withdrawn through this selector valve, the return springs are provided backside of the piston. Because of the mechanical force of the return springs, piston is pushed back and by again creating the gap between the plates. So the drive is disconnected. Now let us look how the clutch pack in the automatic transmission looks. This is the automatic transmission clutch pack. Let us take an example of one planetary gear set of clutch pack. Okay, this is a housing. There will be a hub in the center also. Housing may be to any set of the gear wheels in the planetary. It may be to the sun wheel, it may be to the carrier, it may be to the ring gear. Same way the hub also. The hub may be to the sun wheel or planetary wheels or the ring gears. Only one thing what we have to remember here, one will be drive member, the other will be driven member, or one will be input, the other will be output. So the function of this clutch pack is to transfer the power from one member to the other member. This is the main purpose of the clutch pack. This is the way we discussed in the mechanical clutch, how a mechanical clutch transfers the power from flywheel to the transmission or gearbox. You can see the piston here. You can see the return spring, the housing is the return spring retainer. Okay. The return springs may be in different shapes. Some transmissions will be having coil type return springs, some time will be having damper type return springs. This is how a clutch pack looks like this. Clutch pack is nothing but a set of clutch plates consisting two types of plates. That is, one type is the friction plate. This is called core plate or the friction plate. The other type is the separator plate, consisting of two types of plates, that is friction plate and as well as separator plates, arranged alternately. That is, if it is one separator, the one piston, one friction, again separator, again friction, separator, friction, like that. Number of clutch plates, size of the clutch plates, size of this friction material depends upon the torque requirement of the transmission. And these clutch packs are always immersed in the oil in the transmission. That means always the fluid, hydraulic fluid, is available at these clutch packs. The purpose of hydraulic fluid is to give the lubrication, because once these plates get engaged, there will be enormous amount of friction in transferring the drive from one member to the other member, to and there is every possibility of rubbing each other. When they rub each other, okay, the clutch plates or the friction material, all these plates gets worn out, and when it get worn out, the function of the clutch uh, pack becomes zero or nil. So to provide the lubrication and also to provide the cooling or the heat dissipation, whatever is developed here, these grooves are provided. Okay. This is how the two types of plates are arranged in the clutch pack. If we observe this figure, the friction material is having internal teeth, that is, the teeth are provided in the internal diameter of the friction plate. Some models, this particular plate may be having external teeth also, like the one what we have shown here. And when it is having internal teeth, the separator plates will have the external teeth. Suppose this has the external teeth, the separators will be having the internal teeth. So let us focus here. The friction material is having internal teeth, separator plates have the external teeth. If this particular friction plates are accommodated or installed on a hub, and the separator plates are installed in a housing, the purpose of these splines is to give the lateral movement when the plate starts moving, that is during engagement and disengagement. This teeth helps to give a lateral movement, smoothly travel both directions, and also to give the grip to the driving member and driven member during the power transmission. This is the job of the teeth provided in the both plates. Now look at this friction plate. Friction plate is made, the core plate will be the steel plate only. Okay, it's made with special steel plate, but both sides of the plate, that is this side and opposite side, are made with a kind of friction material bonding, having some organic resins and also some copper wires and also a kind of ceramic compound. And you can see these lines or grooves are provided. These grooves either are machined after bonding the material or made during the molding itself. These are the grooves. Different types of the friction plates having different orientation of the grooves. This is one type, this is one type. You can see the other models in different types, like circular, all these things under. The main purpose of this groove is retain the oil or give the flow to the oil. When the oil is flown from inner to the outer side, it carries away the heat from the plates so that the heat is dissipated. The heat efficiency of the cooling depends on many factors, like the number of grooves, total length of the grooves, the depth of the grooves, and also sometimes orientation of the grooves. And the area of this lining material on the friction plate is designed to withstand for the required torque of the particular gear. The main design parameter behind the area of this friction material is the amount of torque or amount of load to be transmitted. And now you see, these are called separator plates. These separator plates are made with some special steel. It is called austenite steel, that is a kind of chromium and nickel composition, and also the plates are treated with a kind of salt bathing to avoid any kind of magnetic properties. So some kind of hash marks are given on these plates for the better grip with the friction plates. These are arranged alternatively. If you see this diagram, this is the friction disc, this is the separator plate, the pink one is the oil film. So there should be oil film between these two for the thorough lubrication and heat dissipation. This is called the piston. The clutch packs are arranged in this housing as well as there will be a hub in the center, which is missing here. The external teeth plates are arranged in this housing, whereas the internal teeth plates will be arranged in the housing. This is the piston. These are the different types of pistons. You can see there is a rubber seal in the outer diameter of the piston. Same way there will be a seal in the inner diameter of the piston. When the oil is applied here on the piston travels forward, holding clutch plates together rigidly, giving drive from one member to the other member. You see this cross section of this transmission, automatic transmission. These are the clutch packs. This is the clutch pack. This is the clutch pack. There are external teeth plates and also internal teeth plate. The external teeth plates are accommodated in a housing. This is a housing here. This is a housing. There is also another housing here. Where the internal teeth plates, these center plates, friction plates, are accommodated on a hub. Here also same thing. These are the planetary sets. And when the oil pressure is applied on the piston, here is a piston and here also a piston. Okay. Oil pressure is applied here. The piston moves forward. Okay, holding these plates rigidly. Let us go to the next. You can understand in this very clearly. This diagram is in the released position of the clutch pack. This is the housing. This is the hub. Let us assume this is the input member or this is the drive member. All these metal plates are accommodated in the slots of this drive member. Okay. This is the driven member of the hub. All friction plates are accommodated in the hub. You can say there is a gap between these two plates. This is the gap. And there is a piston having seal here and also seals here. The piston is mounted on a return springs. Because of this return springs, the piston is always held backside. When the oil is applied, force is applied here. This check valve opens and hydraulic oil pressure is acted on the top of the piston, making this piston to move forward. When the piston is moved forward, the clutch plates moves and holds together. You can see this figure here. See, this gap is increased here. The piston is moved forward. Piston spring length is reduced and the total clutch pack length is reduced because there is no gap. These plates held together. There are no any black spots you can see here. These are the backs. The black lines are the gaps. So no gaps. They held together. When they held together, like the mechanical clutch is held together, held with the help of the pressure plate to the flywheel. Here also all these plates, both metal plate and also the friction plates, are held together. So they will become a single unit. So if this is the drive member or the input device, whatever the drive is coming from this device is transferred through this clutch pack to this driven member or the output device, making this to rotate. Okay, here it is rotating, this is not rotating. Here this is also rotating. Now as the drive is transferred, this is also rotating. The moment the oil pressure is withdrawn, again with the help of the spring, the piston goes back. Piston travels back, creating the gap again between the plates of the clutch pack. So the drive is disconnected from the drive unit to the driven unit. This is how it functions. Now I would like to give some tips about the efficiency or the life of the clutch pack. The efficiency of the clutch pack or the functioning of clutch pack mainly depends on the oil used. So the correct grade of oil to be used in the transmission, and also maintain the specified change intervals. You cannot use the oil for the extended period by which makes to lose the properties of oil. If the clutch seals, the piston seals are failed or worn out or broken, the required amount of pressure is not maintained in the piston. Okay, so that same way the required amount of pressure is not maintained in the clutch pack, so there will be slippage between the plates. Once the slippage starts between the plates, the accelerated wear takes place, means the rate with the wear will be very faster. Once it is like rubbing two objects each other. So any leakage or damage in the piston seals leads to the early failure or premature failure of this clutch plate. And like any other metallic components, these plates do have certain lacing. After certain period, certain time, this plate starts wearing out. Once they start wearing out, it has to be replaced with a new one. There are certain mechanisms to check the wear limits and to check the efficiency of the transmission. Friends, you have any queries, you can always contact me through my email. You can see 3 pages of notes along with this video. Hope this will be helpful to you.